You find the smallest one?
That's a good one for you.
She's doing good, Auntie.
I was watching.
You're natural.
Excellent. Natural.
Especially when your lips stick out.
Do they?
Oh, that's because, I was going to say, that's like Kevin's lip then. You're supposed to say, oh, is that a Garner thing?
She's doing it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just learned today too.
What?
Yeah.
Congratulations then.
That's your backbone.
Oh, so go. Oh,
Yeah.
right on it.
Good job. Yeah.
So, I guess I'm just trying to absorb as much culture as I can right now. Yeah. Yeah, just because I missed out on so much of it. So, quite a history there.
Yeah.
So, my mom had me when she was 16 years old, and my dad is First Nations from Union Bar, and I think his dad's from near Kitimat. I'm not too sure though. I wasn't raised with my biological father. Probably lost touch around after I was a year old, so I don't have any memories of that, of the visits or anything.
So we got to that part.
Okay.
Because he's going to be loud. And
Yeah.
too.
That's my Uncle Kevin dumping some fish guts. Why
I guess that's part of yeah. Why do you
Yeah.
throw? Why?
Well, just start feeding the sturgeon.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah. What are
they
you gonna
need
do
to
with
eat
it?
too.
Yeah.
Bigger sturgeon.
Yeah. And plus, saves up there getting stinky.
That's true. That's a big one.
Yeah. Our graveyard's just across the river here. That's where
I was
Uncle
wondering.
Dwayne and all them are.
I remember going to it, but I
Yeah.
didn't remember how to get there.
Yeah.
Because that's where I first met you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so you just cross there and go up, and the graveyard's right up there. Garners have the bottom left. That's where all the garners are.
When you said beach, I didn't really realize it was like actual
Beach?
beach.
Yeah.
Like I was like rock, you know.
No.
Oh, that was beautiful,
No.
isn't
It's
it?
for real
Yeah.
beach.
It's like I
Take your
can-
socks and shoes off.
You know, then I can't get them back. I don't got
Oh.
sandals. Like you're gonna do it.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Growing up, I didn't know who my family was. I had no idea. I just kind of thought of them as my dad, and that they're all kind of like him. It's not the best person. And my best friend had another best friend with the same last name. So he went, "Hey, you guys are both Garners. Is there a connection there?" So then I said, "Well, ask him if he knows my dad's name," and he went, "Yeah, we don't talk about him." And I went, "Oh, okay." So, well, that's my dad, and he goes, "Oh, that's my uncle." And then we made the connection. We're first cousins, so we hit it off right away. It was like instant connection, like instant best friends. Yeah, we got really close really fast, and then he says, "Well, come on up to the property. We're having a memorial for our uncle passed away a year prior, so I didn't get to meet him." And then I came here, and that's where I met my Uncle Kevin and my grandma, Birdie. She was here too, and yeah, it was a insane moment. Luckily, my partner got to be there with me, right, for that support, because it's a pretty emotional day, right? And my grandma, as soon as she saw me, she grabbed me and hugged me and wouldn't let me go, and she said, "You're finally home, you're finally home." And it was just, yeah, I was finally home.
We forgot our cooler. We forgot. Oh, you got coolers here.
Come here. Hi, girl. How are you? You know I miss you.
If I'd known you were here, I would have brought your hat.
Oh, don't worry. I'll come visit you.
You want me to move over there? No, she can take a walk.
How are you?
Welcome home.
Hi. You look gorgeous. Look at your dress. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, come here. Oh, I love you too. When it gets dirty, she drags it back in. Clean it. Drop it here. Come on. Drop it here. Come on. Oh, make me rock.
Oh my goodness.
He doesn't like the sand on.
I gotta clean it.
Yeah.
That's a big fish.
What?
My goodness.
Tell. Put my clothes on.
I think that's a heavier bin.
Oh.
I didn't know to drop off.
She was grabbing pretty good. Man, I can't swim. I'll save you.
I keep down the river.
Yeah, the current really does
Look at-
pick
yeah.
up, right? Yeah.
Don't do that.
Man, I hope you're touching me there.
We're going. This is when I was in downtown, and we were on a bus, and someone said to me, because there used to be like a very small homeless population in Chilliwack,
Yeah.
and they would be outside of the old Telus building by the Zabon downtown.
Yeah.
And I remember there's probably about like 8 of them, and they were hanging out in the bushes. It was a sunny day, and someone said to me like, "Oh, that's your family." And I was so young that like I legitimately grew up thinking that was my family, like that was my First Nations part of my family. And then yeah, it was just I almost took on like almost a negative, like I would put down the First Nations part of myself too and try and conceal it as much as I could. So like my mom enrolled me in a lot of the like all the First Nations field trips we'd do, but I'd hate it because it was just that part of me that I grew up not liking, and I just remember like trying to conceal that as much as I could, and it'd be so embarrassing when I went back to school in September because I'd have darker skin because I do tan very easily, and when I was younger I would get a lot more tan, and I would hate it because I remember a kid once said I had dirty skin, and my mother's very, very pale, so I just remember being so envious and being like, why couldn't I get that part of her, right? Like, why couldn't I have that skin? And I look back at it now, and it makes me appreciate the culture a lot more, and I'm really glad I got to reconnect with it all. Yeah. And yeah.
Do you appreciate now? So how does it make you feel now? Do you appreciate like being darker, or are you happy when you look in the mirror and go, I'm feeling light today? that a weird question? Or like...
No, I actually, yeah, it's funny because I do, now that I've gotten older, I don't know why I have a paler face.
Yeah.
And I'll look in the mirror now and I appreciate like the darker skin tones I have. And even I used to dye my hair blonde to try and conceal that. So now when my dark roots come in, and I love that so much. And I've gone back to darker hair because and I started braiding my hair too. Like I feel like I can now.
Yeah.
And that was like a big part of it when I started braiding my hair, because before I almost didn't feel deserving of it, right? Like it was a weird struggle. Yeah. So.
That's really cool. This is acceptable. If it's full, you can't grab that bend. Pull it out, or we're gonna kill it first.
I can see.
You good?
Oh yeah.
If I like that part.
Another one. Just pull it in. Just set it aside. Come in here, Angie.
You got this.
We're just gonna pull these into the beach? Yeah.
Oh.
Sure.
Right.
Those give you a nasty cut too. Yeah. It gets infected, eh? It easily gets infected. Yeah.
Got video of that one.
Yeah.
nice.
Perfect.
Skills.
I'll try not to hit you this time.
All skills.
Worst part was bonking the fish.
Yeah, I guess so, hey?
Best part, I don't know, just pulling it in, seeing
Yeah.
what you got.
Yeah. Why do they only say like 3 days that you can go
Well,
out?
they monitor the amount of fish coming up, and so they give us a specific time we can go out, like compared to how many fish are coming up.
Okay.
So they'll monitor downriver, and then they'll go, okay, so this many fish are coming up, this run is coming up,
Yeah.
and if the numbers are good, they'll give us a specific, like Friday 6
Yeah.
until Saturday noon, which is what we have right now, right? My dad's been fishing here his whole life. My grandma used to fish this on a cedar dugout canoe. Like my family's been here forever, right?
Yeah. That's
You would
beautiful.
not catch me paddling across in a canoe, though.
No, I'm not, yeah, so like the current was really pulling.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Like it was pulling us out.
yeah. Well, you even
Yeah,
saw
so you
when
could
I was
see it.
swimming 20 feet out.
Yeah, it
that
was-
was just me floating.
Yeah.
End up downriver real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Could tell your younger self something, what would it be?
I don't know. I guess I would just feel certain ways and go through certain phases of life, right,
Yeah.
for a reason. But I'd probably just say keep going. Keep on going, doing what you're doing, because some days were a lot harder than others, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, just own it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think it's better for someone your age, like younger now, than it was for you?
Yeah, I think so for sure, especially with everything that's going on. I think there's a lot more understanding of it. I see a lot more positives, right? Than negatives now, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely know, like, I think our generation, me and Matthew's, we're going to be proud and we're going to teach our children, right?
Yeah.
And there won't be any room for kind of wondering, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think we're going to raise our children to be very proud of their culture
Yeah.
and start doing this stuff a lot younger than 25, right?